Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan Victoria. If you're new, hello, welcome. My name is Megan. I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and I put out 2 videos a week. There it goes, like 2 videos twice a week. No, I put out 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today we are doing a full face of drugstore makeup. I've never done this on my channel, so this is actually really fun. I want to do kind of a Valentine's Day look, so we brought in the pinks and the shimmers and the glimmers and the girly goodness, and I love how this look came out. I feel extremely Barbie-esque, but it was such a fun look to create. I love the tones. I love everything that's pretty much happening. There were some bumps along the way, but we will talk about that. So we'll get into the products, get into the look, and all that good stuff. So if you would like to see how we get this look, then please just keep on watching. Alright, so we are like totally Whoville child infant vibes today, but you know what? Life is just better with rose-colored glasses. Alright, so Valentine's Day makeup. It's gonna be a lot of pink, a lot of pretty, a lot of girly, and I'm here for it. So let's get started. So I have already gone and moisturized and prepped my skin just using my regular skincare. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. I'm going to be mixing some colors. So in the summer, I had the shade Buff. In the winter, this is still a little light for me, but this is Warm Vanilla. So I'm going to mix this and kind of apply this to the face. Now for my under eye, since I can't use my beloved Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer, I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Color Corrector. This one's like freaking orange, so we're going to use like the tiniest touch of that. And then we'll blend that under the eyes for a little color correction. Alright, next I'm going to take some Colourpop concealer. I count this as drugstore because it is so affordable. And also I don't really have a drugstore concealer, so we'll apply that. And blend it in. Well, I'm definitely feeling that my face looks extremely dry, and that's what I find with drugstore makeup is I don't find it ever that skin-like, and I've used some dewier products like the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, I think it's called. That foundation is really nice, but right now I definitely feel like I got some full coverage, heavy makeup on. It doesn't look that heavy on the skin, but I just I feel like it's a little tight because I use so much oil and light products that I'm not used to it. But we're gonna add that glow back into the skin, so I'm gonna take some of this. This is like a Kiss stick highlighter, and it's really pretty, and it's like a kind of a gel-based formula. So I'm gonna just apply that on the high points to give my skin a little bit more glow. Okay, I already feel better because now I feel like my skin has some life to it. So we are going to give ourselves some dimension. So I'm going to be using the Insta Duo Contour Stick from Rimmel London. I really like this stick a lot because it is so creamy. Like you can kind of go to town with it and use as much as you want, and it'll blend out really nicely. So we'll just contour a little bit with that. And you guessed it, blend with a sponge. And we can even use a tiny bit of this to contour the nose, although it can run a little warm, so just kind of be aware of that. Okay, so to set that cream contour in place, I'm going to be using the rest of my Shattered Butter bronzer. I love this bronzer, but it's just going to set the contour, but also just give it a really beautiful natural warmth all over the skin. And if you want to deepen up that contour, I really love this Physicians Formula Bronze Booster palette, this dark shade right here. I think it's just such a nice, pretty, deep bronze. And I'll just give you a little bit more cheekbone action. I feel like because I'm not using my usual products, my routine's a little little skewed. So we should set our highlight and remember to do that. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. This one is this molten rose gold color. It's super pretty, but it has a really pretty pink iridescence for that Valentine's Day vibe. So I think it'll be perfect. Then we'll set that Kiss highlighter with this. And then right in between the bronzer and highlighter, I'm going to go into my Rimmel times Kate little palettes, like a highlighter, contour, and blush. But the blush is actually a really good dupe for the Orgasm blush because it's a nice peachy pink, which has that gold reflex. And then we'll apply that to the cheeks as well. And just to finish off the face makeup, I'm going to go into my Colourpop No Filter Pressed Powder in Light. Don't really want anything too cakey, but just to kind of tap out those hot spots and even just clean up underneath our contour a little bit. So this is our face makeup. I think it looks really good. It's a little patchy over here, which I'm not really sure why, but I do think the skin looks really beautiful, especially this side. So I'm just gonna do my brows really quickly. I'm going to be using my Pur brow pencil, so my usual, which I don't know, you can kind of call Pur Drugstore, but it definitely is a little bit more expensive. If I was doing this and I tried, I'd be using my Wet n Wild brow pencil. I love that one too. I just seriously can't find it, so I'm just gonna jump off to my brows and then we'll move on to the eyes. All right, so to move on to the eyes, I'm gonna first start by taking my NYX Jumbo Shadow Pencil. I'm gonna apply this all over the lid. I'm just applying it to the lid because I really want concentrated pigment on the lid and then like the crease to be softer, so this kind of just helps. And then I'll just blend it out with my finger. Okay, so the first palette I'm going to dip into is this Covergirl Trunaked Sunsets palette. We're going to grab this shade right here, so super shimmery, and I just want to get that shimmer all up on the eyelids, and because we have that nice sticky base, this is really going to be nice and pigmented. Oh, that's so pretty. That's such a pretty color. So I'm taking that color and focusing it more in the inner corner, and then I'm blending it over because I do want to bring it all the way through. I wasn't sure what this was really going to look like, but I really like it. So now I'm kind of bringing it over probably 2/3 of the way. So next we're going to dip into our Rimmel London Crimson palette. I'm going to take this kind of like pinky brown shade and mix it with the hot pink just to kind of subdue the pink a little bit. And you got a nice mixture, and then we're going to rock that into our crease. I generally enjoy bringing my crease pretty high up, like into that transition area, but depending on your eye shape, you can keep it lower or really blow it out like I am. Then we're gonna dip back into the Covergirl palette, and we're gonna grab this kind of bone shade. It's kind of the matte version of the shimmery guy we used before, and then we'll apply this to the brow bone highlight. And then just lightly blend it into that crease color. Next, I'm gonna take a smaller crease brush and I'm gonna dip back into this hot pink shade and just the hot pink shade. And then we're really gonna concentrate that into the crease and kind of get more of that color and pop. And then you can just take that clean blending brush and just blend it out. So we have this really pretty kind of like watercolor vibe going on the eyes. It's just really, really soft, but I want to deepen that outer corner just a little bit. I just find that it really grounds the look. So we're going to go back into the Rimmel London palette, and I'm going to take this like deep red shade because it's like a really, really red brown, like really red brown, and I just think it's really pretty. So you can just take that on that same small crease brush, and then I'm just gonna pat it on that outer corner. When I work with a color on the outer corner, I really like to use small motions because I'm really trying to build up that depth right at the outer corner instead of this like super soft, washed out, like blended look. I really want to keep that strong where I place the pigment, and then I can kind of start feathering it over and up just kind of by pressing around, and that just keeps the look very soft but very concentrated where we want the color. But I still am always going to blend it after, so I'll just take that little blending brush and just blend the outside part of that outer corner just so where we really place the pigment doesn't get disturbed. And this is totally for fun, but I have these really pretty, they're called Rimmel London Wonder Swipes, and they're a 2-in-1 liner to shadow. And so all you do is kind of just pop them on like this, which is going to blend kind of the colors, and then you can just tap it out and you're going to get this really pretty kind of sparkle shimmer. So this one is in the shade My Bay, which is like perfect for Valentine's Day actually. So just to kind of blend that darker into the lighter, all you do is tap it and then you can swipe it out. I love that like unexpected little shimmer pop. I think it's so, so pretty. If you wanted to add another one, you could totally do one in the like inner corner, but I actually kind of think it's interesting with just this like tiny little pop of sparkle right there. So I think we're gonna leave the inside just shimmery without being like glittery, and I'm just going to move on to the lower lash line. So for the lower lash line, I want to keep it so, so simple. So let's just go into the hot pink shade like we used on the crease and just pop that on the lower lash line. And then because this is such like a light and bright look, I'm gonna take this Pixi Eye Bright pencil, and it's just like a nice vanilla kind of shade, and I'll apply that just in my waterline to really open up the eyes. I love how that looks. I think that made a really beautiful difference. Okay, so for liner and lashes, I'm gonna jump off camera and do that, but I'm gonna tell you that I am using my NYX Epic Ink Liner. I love this, it's nice and thin, and I'm just gonna do a thin line with a nice lash to open everything up, and then we'll move on to the lips. All right, lashes are on. The eyes I actually love. So let's move on to lips. So we're gonna start with some NYX lip liner. This one is in the shade Nude Suede shoes. And I love this lip liner actually, like a lot. It's so creamy and so good. So liner lips. And then I'm going to take my Rimmel London Stay Satin in the shade Yuppie. And it's just like a really, just like good pink. It's like a nice pink. Yeah, that's gorgeous. So pretty. And then just before that dries, I want to give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to take my Pinup Pout Silk Lipstick, which you can clearly see I love, from NYX. And I'm just going to pop this in the center. And just because it's like still wet, it's going to really let it kind of like blend together. And I'll just tap it these sides. You could add gloss if you want, but I actually really love kind of this like creamy look to the lips. So I'm now just gonna kind of like take an inventory of the face, see what we like. I just want to go back and add a little bit more blush. So I'm just gonna take the Rimmel London blush, swirl this about, and I kind of just want to bring it a little bit more onto the apples of the cheeks, not so far back on the face. And it's just gonna kind of bring the whole look together. And then we'll just take our Colourpop pressed powder, and I'm just gonna kind of tap out the center of the face and right under the eyes just to smooth everything out. But this completes our final look. Alright guys, so there we have it. This is our final look. I love how it came out. I hope you guys find this helpful. If you use it on Valentine's Day, please let me know. If you use it in general, please let me know. Always make sure to tag me on Instagram. I love seeing your guys' recreations. It actually brings me so much joy. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah.